Tony Popovic. Congratulations. How does it feel to be named Subway Socceroos Head Coach?
Thank you very much. Great honour. Very proud moment for myself and my family to be given this, to be entrusted by the FA to do this honourable role in leading the Socceroos. We know we have a great challenge in front of us, but I also see it as an exciting opportunity. We obviously want to qualify for the World Cup. We want to get there automatically. That's our goal, and I can't wait to meet the players and really get to work on achieving what we set out to do, and that's playing another World Cup.
Personally, can you talk us through the last couple of days and how's it feel to be getting up to this point as well? Busy day, obviously, in terms of being announced to the media and everything as well.
Yeah, it's something, these things happen very quickly, as this did. A week ago, it's not a phone call that I expected to get. In the last few days, things have really escalated, and I've got this wonderful opportunity that, I certainly understand the responsibility of leading the Socceroos. We're a very proud nation with our football, and I want to do us proud. I want to do the fans proud. Everyone involved with this organisation, my family proud, and I'm confident that we can take the Socceroos to another level. We can improve, we can evolve, and we want continued success.
In terms of some of those ideas as well, one of your messages at Victory was around dreaming big. I'm sure the message in every job will be a little bit different, and that'll be something different for here as well. But what does dream big mean for the Socceroos, and how important is that sort of messaging for players from yourself?
Yeah, it is, because I was always brought up from my family to believe that anything's possible, and since I was a young kid, I always believed it was possible to play football at the highest level, to have dreams and aspirations. You have setbacks along the way, but I've fulfilled a lot of those dreams as a player, and anything's possible as a coach. As my mother and father always tell me, keep dreaming, keep striving. Obviously, you have to dream with action. Dream is one thing, but you have to put the work in to make that possible. And I want all the fans to dream about the Socceroos and about what we can achieve. I want the players to dream. I want the staff to dream. We want to strive to be the best, and we shouldn't change that attitude that we've got. And we've had some wonderful success in the past. We had a fantastic World Cup, best ever, winning 2 games. So why shouldn't we strive for more, and why shouldn't we strive for better? So I want to instill that in everyone within this organisation, and I want to instill that into the players from the moment that I see them.
Well, on that, what is it that excites you about this group of players, and how far do you think they can go?
Yeah, look, a lot of the group has been there for a while, so they've established themselves. They've had success. They know what it looks like. And in recent times, we've seen a lot of young players coming through that have been given an opportunity, and they're growing with games. Not necessarily just games with Socceroos, but they're growing with club football, playing regularly, which gives them the confidence when given the opportunity to produce for the Socceroos. So we're seeing younger players coming through. We're seeing the established players that know what success looks like. It's about managing all of that, trying to get even more out of the senior players, keep nurturing the young players, get them to understand what playing for your country entails, and the expectation that comes with that, and try and bring through some more players of the youngsters that we've seen recently.
Just on that, almost a glint in your eyes when you speak about what playing for the national team means. 58 caps yourself. Can you speak to what that means and what your message is to the players in that sense?
Yeah, look, I've lived what they're going through. When I think back of my time, it was obviously an honour to play for my country. It was an honour to keep getting selected and fighting through to wanting to be on that short list of 25 odd players for every match. And I want the players to feel that sense of responsibility and sense of honour of getting called up. and we want the players that are not called up to want to get in there. And you know, we have a pool of players, but you know, the pool always grows, you know, and there are a lot of players that prior to the Olympics, you know, we're probably not involved with the Socceroos. Had a wonderful Olympics with Graham. A lot of those boys came through, have made moves overseas, have established themselves with their careers. So we need that new wave to come through as well, while understanding that the senior players play such a crucial role in setting the standard of performance on and off the park.
Something people speak a fair bit about in terms of the day-to-day of the job for yourself, and curious for your thoughts, is your experience coaching so far as in clubland. But can you speak a little bit about what you're expecting and how to manage the differences between club management versus country management, and just, you know, purely in terms of face-to-face hours with players?
Yeah, that's part of the challenge, but also the exciting part of the challenge for me. You know, I've never shied away from a challenge in my coaching career, and this is another fantastic challenge, but a wonderful opportunity to understand how best to adapt to limited training sessions, limited contact with players, knowing that maybe video analysis becomes an even more integral part in players knowing what's required in a game, as you may only have 1 or 2 sessions. So I think I've always understood that detail plays a big part, but in this environment it probably goes to another level. You know, every little detail matters, and you know, you can't waste a training session because you won't get another one to try and correct it. So we've got to make the most of all contact on the pitch with the players, and obviously all the contact we have away from the ground, whether that be video analysis, whether that be discussions with the players, and that's something that I'm looking forward to, and making sure that it's very clear in what we want to achieve, how we want to do it, and also a challenge for me to adapt from the everyday training to possibly 1 session or 2 before a game.
What are you looking forward to most in terms of getting on the pitch and working with the players? You know, is it those sessions? Is it the chats? Is it potentially Zooms in the next few weeks and building up that personal rapport?
I haven't thought too much about that, because I think every aspect of this so far has been exciting for me. This is also wonderful. You know, I come here and, you know, it hits home that I'm the Socceroos coach, and I'm sure tomorrow there'll be something else, and each day will bring something new and exciting for me. And I think just meeting the players is what I'm really looking forward to, looking them in the eyes, that first meeting we have together, possibly at a hotel where we can get together. You know, I'm really looking forward to us having a good discussion and meeting them and us together, going on this journey and this path towards more success.
You got plenty of history with the outgoing coach. A word for Arnie's legacy, and also how will the Tony Popovic Socceroos team be different to a Graham Arnold Socceroos team?
Yeah, look, I haven't spoken to Graham obviously since this has happened, but you know, we've exchanged a few messages, and you know, 6 years as national team coach is, you know, a great period to be in charge, and I think you know, he'll look back on great success, a lot of fantastic memories, and you know, he should walk away very proud of the work that he's done. All coaches, we are different. I'm obviously different to Graham, and you know, my approach is my own. You know, I'll certainly do it my way, and as every coach does. And you know, I have full confidence that you know, we can build on the foundations that have been built over the last 6 years, and take the Socceroos to another level.
And I guess just looking forward as well, I mean, you've touched on emotion and how much it's hitting home as well, but I guess just a final word on what it meant to you to pull on the green and gold, and you know, you'll now be on the other part of the sideline and hearing the first national anthem when we play against China in Adelaide. how much are you looking forward to that?
I am. I don't know actually how that will feel because I haven't experienced it as yet, but that's another wonderful experience that I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure in those moments before the game there'll be butterflies, nerves of excitement. You know, that'll be a special moment, of course, and but ultimately we're there for the game, and you know, when that's all said and done, you know, I look forward to that first whistle, the kick-off, and you know, watching the boys do our country proud and play, you know, a game against China that the players enjoy, the fans enjoy, and you know, we want that 3 points, and you really kick-start this campaign.